Hey gaited horse riders, how's it going? Hope you're enjoying this beautiful weather. In Illinois, it finally stopped raining. We got some sunshine. Hallelujah. Okay, so second best thing you can do to get your horse start gaiting. Let's take a look. Here it is. All right, did that impress you guys? Like a whole lot of nothing, a whole lot of standing there. Yeah. Okay, so the thing is, I believe that trainers all across the United States and the world do this with their horses, but don't show you how much they do it. The trick is letting your horse stop and think. That's the very simple technique that I can teach you to get your horse to start gaiting. When you're working on the gait, if your horse starts to gait at all, you want to stop and reward. Stop and pet him. And I mean, don't just stop for 10 seconds. I mean, stop for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, depends on the horse. Some of them like to stop and stand for a while. You work on your breathing. And again, like I said, I think trainers all across the United States, doesn't matter what breed, when they're working horses at home, they're doing this. They're stopping and letting their horse rest. But when you get in front of a crowd or when you're making a video, it's one of the easiest things to leave out is that stopping and resting. So here's what it looks like for me. When I'm in a clinic or I'm training horses here at home and I have a horse where we're working on head down, where we're working on getting a gait. Specifically if we're working on the gait. If we get a few steps of gait, and I mean like 3, I stop right there, right away, and I praise the horse. I say, good boy, good job. And we just sit there and I just go, I stop. I work on my breathing and let the horse take a deep breath or yawn if he needs to, or whatever he needs to do to relax and start thinking about it. And if the horse is doing well, I stop more often. And if he's getting frustrated, I try to stop more often, but I often forget, but I'm working on that for myself. Because the more you stop, the more they're gonna understand, the more they're gonna learn. And remember, when I train horses, my biggest goal, aside from calm and gaiting, is that I never let them get frustrated. Now, it happens sometimes. We're gonna work through issues. Sometimes we have to just keep pushing, but mostly I want to make sure I'm not pushing. I'm not getting them frustrated, especially with mares, but it happens with geldings plenty. You wanna make sure that you're not pushing too much. So when you're out working with your horse, especially once you start riding on the road, the biggest hang up that everybody tells me they have is when their horse starts gaiting, they keep pushing for more. They're like, this feels so good. And finally hit that pucka, 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 and just go a little longer. And then they fall out of it and you've lost your chance to praise them and reward. And so what you need to do is before they fall out of it, after 10 steps, after 10 feet, 20 feet, stop, walk, or stop and praise all the time. If you're not stopping 10 times during a lesson of 20 minutes, you're not stopping enough. And you get to the point where once your horse is gaiting, I mean, after I work with a horse a couple weeks, usually we're on the road and we're gaiting, 25 minutes, I'll be back and I'll have gaited about 2 miles with a little bit of walking. But I don't start there. I start with lots of walking and stopping. About 20 times in a lesson, I'll stop and walk and then do a little bit of gaiting and then stop or just walk and praise and let the horse relax. Don't push for more than the horse can give you. That is the biggest thing. And anything you do training, I'll have people say, hey, can we teach my horse a side pass? And I go, yeah, it's so fun. I love teaching horses a side pass. 1 step. When we're gonna ask for a side step, we're 1 step and we stop and we praise and we make the horse think that's the best thing in the world. 1 step. You wanna teach your horse to back up? 1 step. You wanna teach him to load on a trailer? 1 step at a time. It's true for anything, any of these things. If you will be patient and stop and praise, there's no limit to what you can get done. So go home, work on the gait, work on head down, and stop and praise your horse when they do it. Don't forget that part. Again, if you have any questions, comment below, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, and go have a fun ride.